The Scythians buried their king with his concubine, cupbearer, and horses. The Scythians were ancient nomadic warriors. They extended their influence from China to the Black Sea. The Scythians traveled in small wagons covered with felt. They provided shelter for women and children. Scythian men mostly remained on horseback. Scythian horses were well looked after. Many lived past 15 years old. Scythian horse gear was highly durable and light. The saddle horses were buried with elaborate costumes. They had headgear with griffins or antlers. Their saddle covers were decorated with combat scenes. In battles, the Scythians used mounted archers. Their primary weapon was the composite bow. It was made of layers of wood, horn, and sinew. It was a remarkably durable and accurate weapon. Archers could shower hundreds of arrows within minutes. Ancient writers claimed the arrows were dipped in poison. When the Scythians fought on foot, they used battle axes. The Scythians tattooed their arms, legs, and upper torsos. Their tattoos included images of fantastic and real animals. Scythian men dressed in colorful tunics and peaked caps. They wore long trousers that reached down to the ankles. Their clothes had elaborate designs and embroidery. Scythian craftsmen were good at casting metal. They worked with gold, bronze, and iron. They created pendants, brooches, necklaces, and combs. These works of art often depict animals. They are distinctive for their stylized ornamentation. Scythian women enjoyed considerable autonomy and privilege. Many served alongside men as mounted horse archers. They inspired Greek literature and art about the Amazons. Archaeologists discovered female bodies with combat injuries. They were buried with their weapons and horses. The Scythians made great efforts to preserve the dead. They removed the brain through holes cut in the head. Then they sliced the bodies and removed soft tissue. It was replaced with dry grass. When a Scythian king died, a tomb was prepared. It was a great four-cornered pit in the ground. A wooden structure was built at the bottom. The king's body was embalmed and placed on a cart. It was taken on the last journey through his lands. After 40 days, the cortege arrived at the place of burial. The body was placed into the grave in a log trunk coffin. The king's servants were strangled and buried with him. Among them was his concubine, cupbearer, and cook. His horses and belongings were also put in his grave. The king's retainers then erected a mound above it. These high-status tombs are called kurgans. A year later, 50 young men and 50 horses were strangled. They were placed around the mounds as guards. After the funeral, the Scythians purified themselves. For this, they used the smoke of hemp seeds.